The Rapala jointed shad wrap JSR-5 has earned a loyal following amongst anglers for one simple reason. It works. Compact at 2 inches in length and weighing 1/4 of an ounce, it mimics the look and feel of juvenile shad, a favorite forage of bass, walleye, and other game fish. Outfitted with two VMC trebles, a durable diving lip, and a jointed two-piece body, this lure dives into the 6 to 13-foot zone where predators so often feed. The broken back wobble paired with an internal rattle and buoyant balsa construction creates a presentation that is as versatile as it is effective. While many crankbaits excel only during certain conditions, the JSR-5 can be fished successfully in every season if you adjust your tactics. Here's how to fish it year round. Spring is a season of transition, and the JSR-5 shines when bass and walleye are feeding heavily after a long winter. Fish move into warming shallows, often between 6 to 10 feet, staging along rocky banks, weed edges, and points. The JSR-5 naturally covers this zone, diving into the strike range where fish are aggressive and opportunistic. Slow retrieves with frequent pauses are very effective, as the buoyant balsa body rises when you stop reeling, mimicking a struggling baitfish in the process. During this time of year, natural colors like silver, perch, or shad work well in clear water, while brighter patterns such as fire tiger stand out in stained runoff. By summer, fish often move deeper or suspend off structure, and this is when the JSR-5's ability to reach 12 to 13 feet becomes a game changer. Long casts on thin fluorocarbon line help the lure dig into its maximum depth, making it effective for walleye holding near break lines or bass lurking just off drop-offs. Steady retrieves punctuated with subtle twitches add unpredictability that draws reaction strikes from fish in warmer, more lethargic conditions. Trolling with a JSR-5 is also productive in summer, keeping the lure in front of suspended fish for longer stretches. Because fish can be picky in the heat, color selection matters. Stick with natural shad hues in clear lakes as well, and go bold with chartreuse or fire tiger patterns in murky reservoirs. Fall brings some of the best opportunities of the year, as cooling water temperatures spark a feeding frenzy. Fish gorge on baitfish to build reserves for the winter, and the JSR-5's profile and action make it a perfect match. This is the time to cover water aggressively, cast the lure across points, along weed lines, and over submerged timber where schools of shad are present. A faster retrieve often works better in fall, as fish are feeding actively and are willing to chase. The exaggerated wobble of the jointed body becomes especially effective in these moments, imitating panic baitfish in large schools. This is also a great season to experiment with color, as both natural and bright patterns can be affected depending upon light and water clarity. When winter sets in, the JSR-5 doesn't need to stay on the shelf. While ice and cold water slow fish metabolism, they still feed in mid-depth zones when presented with the right technique. The key is patience. A slow retrieve with extended pauses lets the lure rise slowly, tempting sluggish fish into striking. Focus on deeper edge points, channel swings, or areas where baitfish gather. Obviously, if you have true ice on the water, this is going to be impossible. But if you have some open water, this is when it has a definite opportunity. The rattle inside the JSR-5 also helps walleye and bass detect it, even in low light conditions that often dominate winter days. What makes the Rapala jointed shad wrap JSR-5 a true year-round performer is its versatility. Its ability to dive from 6 to 13 feet is huge. It covers the majority of the productive strike zones across seasons. The buoyant balsa body allows for that stop-and-go retrieve that mimics injured prey so well, while the jointed design and rattle adds a bit of realism and attraction. By adjusting retrieve speeds, line type, and color selection to match seasonal conditions, you can rely on the JSR-5 to put fish in the boat 12 months out of the year. Take care, my friends.